Aloha, sacred sisters. I am so excited to be here with you all today for our beautiful play shop part 1 called Jingling Baby. Craft your own custom theme song, which is super exciting. I want to share a couple things before we get started about the backstory about this workshop. So most of our attendees who are participating are part of Rebel Heart Creatrix Mine, and you'll get to meet them all soon. We do have a few people that are tuning in outside of that container. So Rebel Heart Creatrix Mine is a ongoing container of beautiful thought leader women on the front lines of really anchoring in this new earth paradigm that I believe we all came here for. In our own ways, we are expressing our gifts and using the containers of our businesses and our movements, if we have one, and our brand slash offerings to be the way, and even just our presence or simply our beingness, as a way to serve as way showers to usher this way in. And so there's every month we're doing a workshop, and this Jingling Baby workshop is our specific focus for Gemini season. Every month there's a different theme. And so Rebel Heart Creatrix Mine has different themes as well. And this one is Rebel Song. But we've titled it Jingle Baby, so Jingling Baby for fun, and just so it can be accessible to other people outside of this community as well. So welcome if that's you. And I'm just so grateful and honored to share this fun kind of beta new experience. I believe this is going to be something that I'm continuing to bring forward in my work, because it really brings in and weaves in a bunch of different fun aspects of my backstory and my experience into one offering that I feel is a really beautiful blend of my gifts, skills, and experience. So backstory, I haven't been as active with music and songwriting as I have been in the past, but I've written probably about 30 songs and recorded professionally maybe about 10 of them. And I've performed all over the world and brought this music. I used to say it's for kids of all ages, because one of the hallmarks of my music has been this aspect of it being catchy and memorable and upbeat, which as a general kind of feeling tone, and that's what we're going to start to get into when we dive in first off the bat here, is the essence and energy and feeling tone and energetics of your music. And so music to me is the most powerful way that we can, in an instant, even with the first 4 bars, and you can think of a bar generally speaking as like a second, like the first 4 seconds of a song, you already can create a tone and a feeling with music. And so I want us all to start to think about all of the music that has touched you in some way or been the soundtrack of your life. And so I chose music as a way to express myself because I was very inspired, even from a young age, by what I would call, like, generally speaking, movement music. And so this music is basically any song that has a message or a kind of call to action within the words. The very nature of the song becomes the channel in which a directive or a call is given to those who are resonating with it, right? And so I chose music as a vehicle for me to express myself for this very reason, because I've always kind of been, put myself in leadership positions. And the music that I was most inspired by when I was little was the music that had this kind of underlying message. And even today, I'm much more discerning with the type of music that I listen to, because I know how powerful it is to convey and really influence us even. And I didn't always listen to the best music when I was growing up. But weaving that into like more of my professional life, my experience as a brand and message strategist and coach and consultant, always focusing on this aspect of like, what is our core essence of our mission, message, and movement that we're bringing through this kind of offering now with Jingling Baby and with this custom songwriting container, which you're all getting to be on the forefront of me bringing this to market, so to speak. Weaves in this kind of aspect of my experience as well. And I believe that's why I have been so inspired by this idea of messaging as the way that we're like conveying our essence and showing up. And this is something we talk about a lot in marketing and in branding and in the online space, essentially, when we're thinking about our offers, when we're thinking about how we're putting ourselves out there. So my intention for our time together in the next 3 sessions is that we're going to be able to have and this will be over the course of 5 to 6 weeks, that we're going to give ourselves some time and space to create in between with, that we will have at least a 64 bar or more if you choose, which is like a minute or more long song that can serve as a theme song for you to be personally inspired about what you stand for, what your mission and movement is, what inspires you. Or it could be for a specific offering. Maybe you have a podcast or a series that you're going to be doing, and you want to have a short and sweet way that you can convey the essence of what your offering is all about. And it could be the intro to your show, let's say, or the outro, or both. I've used this in my own work. Back in 2010, I did my first summit, and I had a custom theme song that I wrote for it called Generation Next Summit. And it can be really simple. So, think of some of the songs now that you've heard that have been like the most catchy or memorable in your life. They were probably ones that had a very simple, maybe even 3 chord progression, not a lot of like bells and whistles, but something about it really spoke to you, and kind of you remembered. It became memorable, like maybe even after the first time of hearing it, you're instantaneously able to remember it. That's the type of songwriting that I prefer, because I find not only is it more memorable, but it also, like, because I've worked with kids, is something easy for kids to be able to get and resonate with and learn the lyrics for. So we're going to talk about all the different styles that are potentials for you here. Ultimately, we want you to have something that speaks to you, and that's also going to speak to the person or people your message and your offerings are best suited for.